When you operate from a solutions-based mindset, your problems become paychecks. Stop running from the only thing that's going to make you wealthy. Okay, here we go. We recording back with another week of From the Bottom podcast. Of course, your host Fitz. We got Ty. We got Aaron. We out here. Just got done doing it big on Christmas. How was y'all Christmas? I ain't got a chance to ask you guys.
It was good, bro. Spent it with family and just hung out.
That's what's up. What about you, Aaron?
It was good. I mean, in a long, long while. It's been the first Christmas where it's just been me. Let me think about it. 5 hours from away from any family members. So I just hung out, man. Took it easy.
You was watching that new Wonder Woman?
I wish. If I had internet, I'm still trying to get internet. So maybe next week.
Yeah, I'm probably going to watch it today.
Is it on Amazon Prime?
No, it's on HBO Max.
Oh, that's on Amazon Prime, fool.
I don't know. I'm not rich like y'all.
This guy.
But I forgot to say, if you have not hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button. Support us. Click on that merchandise tab. Go get you some merchandise. We got new merchandise coming soon as well. Headed into the new year. Headed in there strong. And are you guys ready for the new year?
I mean,
yep.
It is, yeah.
It is
ready for the new year. I've been doing all these new COVID vaccines. Hopefully I don't get sick. I'm supposed to be healthy, but I guess I got to continue on what I'm doing and hope that science has my back.
Yeah, I mean, I see you came in with the fresh shave today. Got the new the Denver Broncos hat on. That looked like a new shirt. Got the chain on. He got the chain on.
Hey, this right here,
man.
I've been talking a lot, asking for a lot of appreciation and a lot of support, a lot of faith.
Okay.
I've had this chain since 2003.
Oh
so
my goodness, 17.
I've had it on for the past 17 days, just because I'm on a new process, a new journey. So I don't know if it's because I'm lucky, or if I'm gifted, or if I'm just blessed. But either way, you got to keep it going.
There's a saying that goes, the harder you work, the luckier you get. So I don't think it got nothing to do with luck. You've been putting in that work.
I mean, it's got to do a lot with the work and the mindset and the reevaluation and the process. So it all comes into one big ball. So either way, work, faith, belief, understanding, it's all the same thing.
Well, let's go on a little lighter subject. How do you guys, okay, so around Christmas time, everybody's getting gifts and stuff. How do you go about determining who gets what type of gift? Because sometimes you don't even know someone got you a gift, and now you got to get them a gift because they got you a gift. Like, how does that work? How do you guys determine who get gifts? If someone gets a gift, if you getting a gift, how does that work?
I don't participate in Christmas. I don't give presents. I just hang out with family and we just kick it. That's it.
He's abstinent.
He's from Iraq.
He said he's abstinent. The safest way is to not do it at all. Okay.
You feel me?
Hey, for me, it's easy. Like, if I want to give somebody something, it's because I want to give somebody something. It's not because you're super cool or everybody laughs at your jokes or somebody likes you, it's because you found a spot in my soul, in my spirit, in my well-being to make me want to do something for you. So if you ain't done nothing for me, or you ain't never made me laugh, or you ain't never been a part of my life, I'm really not thinking about anything that has to do with you. But if you've been there and you're around and I can appreciate you, I don't know, maybe I'll do something for you. Maybe I can't. Maybe I'm broke. Maybe I'm living on the streets. Maybe I'm homeless. But at the minimal amount, at least I'm thinking about you.
That's real. I'm gonna be real. I got too big of a family, man. It's like you get somebody something and then they start talking and it's like, I didn't get nothing. That's why whenever I get somebody something, I'm like, you gotta keep it on the, you gotta keep it on the low. You can't be putting that business out there on the streets. Everybody already think I'm cheap. Everybody think I'm cheap. They be talking about me.
Not anymore.
Broke.
Not anymore.
I had a broke mentality.
So your pockets was rich.
Broke mentality.
Nah, my pockets was rich because I didn't realize that I already had the money. I just didn't have it in my bank account yet.
Okay.
Hey, your pockets don't have to be rich, man. Your spirit's got to be rich.
That's what I'm saying.
You ain't got to give nobody. You ain't got to give nobody anything. All you got to give is your spirit, your attitude, and your soul.
This
if they can appreciate that, it don't matter what you buy them. I could buy you a multi-million-dollar mansion, but are you going to be happy with it? Are you going to appreciate what I did? Or are you more happy with me just saying, hey, what's up, man? Like, everything cool? Just hanging in there? You're going to keep moving forward. Do you appreciate my spirit, my soul, and my mentality? Other than that, I don't owe anybody nothing. All I got to do is stay alive, be happy, and keep moving forward.
This is like the beginning of an R&B song, I feel like.
If you want me to start singing, I will sing it.
Sound like Bob Marley.
You're like, appreciate my soul, baby.
Yeah, baby.
You're like, you didn't get me nothing, I didn't get you nothing.
But that's what it is. It's real though. Like, hey, I got you a Beamer 9000, but all you got me was some chocolate candies and some socks. But wait a minute,
socks is nice.
Are the socks and the chocolate candy from the deepest part of my spirit, and it means so much to me that this is what I could do for you? Or is your Beamer that you're gonna wreck on the road in 3 months because you're driving too fast more important? It's all about mentality, man. Like, I do this because I care about you, not because I have to. I went out of my way to try to find a way to give something to you. Appreciate it.
Went to Walmart during COVID.
Hey, during COVID with the mask, cleaned the basket, sneezed on people.
With all these Karens walking around.
Hey, still got your gift.
It's Karen season. Karen season. The season of Karens.
You're standing too close to me.
Yeah. All right, we ain't trying to get no managers called on us, but we gonna get into the topic this week, right? We gonna get into the topic this week because I know a lot of people going into the new year with these resolutions and stuff. So we gonna give it to you real. We gonna talk about your superpower, your strength. I feel like a lot of people focus on their weaknesses more than their strengths, and I think that exactly. I think that that's a big problem because when you don't really focus on your strengths, then you may even mistake your strength as a weakness. You know what I mean? So how do you guys work on your strengths? Like, what is it that you do to kind of hone in on the things that you excel at?
That's easy for me, man. And I even preached about it on the last video. mind over matter. Like I've developed, I don't know how to explain it, but I developed some way amongst all the adversity and trauma and traumatic situations that I've experienced growing up and getting thus far in life, where I can process it. It's like a paper shredder. Like I can put the nonsense in the paper shredder and let it go away, and I can really focus however much I need to focus on just trying to make sure that I'm healthy,
So
that
would you
I
say your
continue to be me.
superpower is being focused? Is that would you
Yeah,
okay.
focus, man. Like I don't care how long it's got to take. I don't care how much I got to do, but I got to use my mind to focus on the end result, the light at the end of the tunnel. Who knows how long the tunnel is going to be, but if I get 15 steps from the end of the tunnel and I never have to worry about anything again, and I just give up, how, how am I going to get to the end of the tunnel? I just got to keep moving forward. I've been through too much, seen too much, done too much, understand too much, lived too much to just give up. Like, I can't be weak. I can't let in. I just got to keep on going. And maybe after the end of the day, the, the only thing I can be is maybe just a grandpa to some grandkids and they appreciate me. Or maybe I'll be the next Bill Gates. But wherever it leads me, at least I know that I didn't give up and say, what if, or what if I tried? I know that I've done it. I either failed or succeeded, and I moved on to the next step.
That's real. What about you, Ty? What do you feel like? Because I know we were talking about strengths kind of before we got on.
Right.
Um I guess so. I guess a better way of wording it with the strengths is so.
Mhm.
For instance, I took the DISC assessment, right?
Right.
And it gives you strengths, it gives you things that you can work on, but it breaks it down to where you naturally are and how you are when you adapt, which is when you're under stress. So
Right.
naturally, I'm what's called a D, which is like I'm a high D, which is someone who's highly determined. And my superpower, my strength is that I don't like routine work, and I'm always looking to solve new problems,
Mm.
right? So that's one of my strengths is like if I know that I like to solve new problems, then I
Mm.
know that I don't need to be working no 9 to 5 job that is going to have me doing routine work
Right.
because that's not where I shine at. So it's like, how do you how do you go about figuring out what your superpower is? How do you go about figuring out what your strengths are? Because a lot of us never do that self-reflection.
Man, it's the reflection part for real. I mean, that's the biggest thing. You got to sit down and figure out what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, and really hone in more on your strengths. Like for me, every time I went to a job interview, they'd be like, what's your biggest strength or what's your biggest weakness? And I'll always say, in the most humble manner, I try. I don't have any weaknesses. I always try to not have them. I always try to just have more strengths and weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think my superpower would be consistency. Being consistent, no matter if it's little or a lot, just being consistent until you get to that point or even past that point. We was at CSU Pueblo. We were outside recording videos for me to go overseas, and it didn't happen until what 2018. When did we record? Like 2016, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
26.
around there. So it took 3 years to get to that point. So just being consistent, man, and just continue to work hard no matter what, and just keep pushing.
Right. So I'm gonna kind of chime in. So I guess something to really dig deep down and appreciate for yourself in your own person, you said, hey, I go to the interviews and they say, what's one of your weaknesses? Well, I don't think I have any. Or I understand what they are and it don't matter. And just from, I don't know how to word it, but for lack of better terms, just for understanding as you get older and you grow wiser. Excuse me, Mr. Fitzpatrick, can you tell me some of your weaknesses? Oh, well, I have a lot of them. So for me to sit here and tell you that my weaknesses are my strengths is not correct. My weaknesses are this, that, and the third. And it's taught me how to overcome my downfalls or my mindset or my lack of understanding to appreciate that I can get past those weaknesses and learn from them. So now my mindset is, hey, I know I'm weak at standing in front of a lot of people and talking to them. But if you give them opportunity to be better, I can stand in front of 700,000 people and let you know what's on my mind. But until I have that opportunity, I guess my greatest downfall is being insecure and self-sufficient, where I can't stand in front of a lot of people and speak my mind and hope that they appreciate what I'm saying and think that I'm somebody that they have to listen to. So you always have a weakness. Nobody's strong. Everybody has a downfall. Everybody is weak.
So
Everybody
you're
has
saying
something.
so you think, okay, so this is interesting. So Aaron thinks on one hand that everybody has a weakness, and Ty says he doesn't feel like he has a weakness.
Mhm.
No. So I didn't say Ty doesn't think he has a weakness.
No, Ty said he
What?
doesn't have a weakness.
Okay, so Ty says he doesn't have a weakness, but I would 100% think that on the next video, Ty would sit back and recollect on himself and realize, you know what? Actually, I do have some weaknesses. Because if you think you're a Superman and nothing can get to you, nothing can penetrate you, there's a problem. Just like you, Robert, or Fitz, you sell houses. You have to, just like the last video, you have to engage with people. You have to be present. People have to pay attention to you. You're the main center of their focus. For you, that's not something you're used to. That's one of your weaknesses. But you understood that that's a weakness and you utilize that to try to build upon the weakness to make that a little bit stronger. You're not 100%. You're not Mr. I'll sell houses all day, every day, but you're growing and you're learning how to evolve yourself to present what you're trying to do. So, I'm Robert. I know I don't like to be around people. I don't like to talk to people. I don't like people telling me anything. But you also understood that if you're going to move forward in your life, you have to get over that. So now you're Robert that's, for lack of better terms, halfway insecure, but you still learned how to be professional because it's your job. So you can go and show the houses, sell the houses, and do everything that you got to do, which involves you, the center of the platform for your client, until they initially sign the contract, move into their house, and you can move on. So it's not about what are your weaknesses. I think it's more about, have you understood where you're weak and how you could try to make it a little bit stronger.
So that's actually kind of, so I think there's a negative connotation when we say weaknesses.
Mhm.
I like the disc assessment I took, it didn't say strengths and weaknesses, it used preferences. Like,
Right.
what do you prefer?
Right.
And
That's a better word.
yeah, like, what do you prefer? Like, I can talk to people if I want to, but I prefer to just sit back and chill and observe and, do me. But one of the things that I wanted to focus on was there's a lot of research in positive psychology that says a lot of people never really succeed, or they're not happy and fulfilled because they focus so much on their weaknesses and not about their strengths. And traditional psychology has tried to figure out the root of your problem and then go back and fix your trauma. Whereas new research in positive psychology is showing, no, if we don't necessarily have to focus so much on the root of your problem. We can focus on what you're doing good at, what your strengths are, and build on those. And through building your strengths, your weaknesses, or the things that you're not necessarily good at, will also rise as well. Like what's it called? A rising tide raises all boats, or whatever. That's kind of the new research that's out on positive psychology. And so I've actually experienced this in my own life, where I've recently started to focus on my strengths, which are, I feel like being assertive and being, me, and not trying to, sugarcoat things and stuff like that. Like I used to think that was a bad thing and that people didn't understand it, so I couldn't do it. But now I live in it, and it's made me a much happier, much fulfilled person, even within my business. It's like, how miserable it'd be to sell houses and have to be fake with people all the time. So I told myself, I don't care how much business I lose out on. I'm still going to be me. I'm still going to be honest, truthful, all those things. And I think it's important when we're starting businesses and being entrepreneurs to be true to ourselves. So with that being said, I guess when we're talking about strengths, how is it that you use your strengths to your advantage? Because in order to use them to your advantage, you have to know what they are. But how are you currently using your strengths to your advantage, and getting that competitive edge over people, or excelling at what you want to do?
I was just about to touch on that. I had a question for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand the everybody has a weakness. I get that. But what if your strengths overpower your weakness? So you gave the example of standing up in front of a crowd. So if I'm nervous to stand in front of a crowd, let's say my weakness is standing up in front of a crowd,
Mm-hmm.
but my confidence level overpowers that, is it really a weakness then? Because if I kill it, is that still a weakness? So if my strengths counterpunch my weakness, do I really have weakness?
I think knowing the weakness is about being aware. It's not saying you can't do something. It's saying, like, uh, if you have a broken leg, right? But you still want to do something, it's good to know you have a broken leg, so that now you can come up with a different plan. So if you know that you're not comfortable standing up in front of people and talking, you can still do it, but maybe you need to practice a little more in order to get more comfortable doing it, right? And build up that confidence, because you can be confident maybe once you get it down, but maybe okay, I'm not really comfortable with this, but I'm still going to do it. Let me practice and build that confidence up, so that, when I feel confident, I can do anything, right? But when I don't feel confident, then I really don't want to do it.
Right.
I think your strengths can definitely outshine your
Mm-hmm.
weaknesses. Weaknesses are just there for you to have a point of reference
Right.
on being aware.
I feel it.
I mean, I think it's true that we all do have weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that they're, like I said earlier, it's a very negative situation, because it makes it seem like you can't do something, and it doesn't
Right.
really leave room for growth.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was reading a book the other day. It's talking about fixed mindset and growth mindset, and talking about people with the growth mindset, they go into things that challenge them,
Right.
and people that have a fixed mindset, they do things that they know they're going to excel at. So
Right.
the example about talking in front of people, you may not be comfortable doing it, but you're going to do it anyways because you want to grow.
Yeah.
That's where that's like, if you're looking at your weaknesses, it's like, okay, I'm not really good at this, but I want to grow, and
Right.
that's eventually going to strengthen that. So it's not about, am I a weak person? It's, am I trying to grow? It's about growth at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That those terms, strengths, like weaknesses and strengths, is really, counterintuitive and confusing, because it's really about growth.
Right.
Are you growing or are you receding? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
Hey,
mean,
and some people only want to pull you back.
yeah.
And including yourself, like
Hey.
your brain likes habits, and your brain likes to be
Mm.
comfortable, and it likes to do the same thing, and it likes patterns. So when you go out and you do new things, your brain doesn't necessarily like it. You have to train yourself, right? And when you train yourself, that's when you see the growth. Like, people in this fixed mindset, they don't really see growth because they're scared to challenge themselves, because there are a certain group of people that believe you are either born smart, or you're born smart, or you're born dumb, you're born to
And
succeed, or
you're
you're not.
you're you're not born anything. You learn,
Exactly.
and you have to understand. So just like our last video, people like to be stuck because they want to be stuck.
Mm.
You know, I could just a shorthand example so we don't waste too much time. I could be like, oh, you know what? Robert's got his master's degree. He's selling houses. Every time he sells a house, he makes more money than I make all month. Well, I guess I suck now. I guess I'll never be anything. I guess I should just give up. I'll never be like him. Or maybe I'm not selling houses on the daily, but I can appreciate what he's doing. He's working, he's assertive, he's putting himself in his position where he can do this every week. So even if I can't do it, maybe I could just get a better job and work my 9 to 5 and still be happy with the fact that, guess what? I ain't gave up yet. I'm still here. I may not be a multimillionaire, but you can appreciate me because I'm not on government assistance and just trying to give up.
I do still have Medicaid, though. I just
You
want to throw
still
that
have
out there.
Medicaid, yeah.
I just want to throw that
So
out there.
see, there we go. Everybody,
Don't
even though
let
he's
don't
even
let
though
him
he's a
That
fool
big
you.
real estate guy,
that ends in a few
I
days.
got better healthcare insurance than him. So
That ends in a few
I ain't
days.
gotta worry about it.
My big boy insurance starts
Ooh.
in a few days.
Oh,
January
Oh.
oh,
1st.
hey,
I'm
till
I'm putting
January 1st, I'm on top of my game.
I'm putting
ooh,
on the big boy boxers, and I'm getting that health care.
this guy.
Hey,
But what I
is
wanted, I also
Tatiana gonna be your dependent?
Yes, she is.
I also wanted to touch on one more thing, where it was an insight that I had with doing a personality assessment, and it was talking about I was reading where it was saying that I like to solve problems, but then it also said I don't really like interacting with people. So then I got to thinking, well, how do I want to, help people and coach them and do all this if I don't like people? And this is why reflecting is so important, because I realized I don't mess with people. Like, I don't like being around people. I like helping solve their problems. I don't like helping people. I selfishly like solving problems, and people's problems are complex, and I like solving complex problems. So,
Mhm.
knowing that about me now, I can put that thing aside where it's like, well, I don't really like talking to people, and I could just focus on, but I do love solving problems. And so now, going into my businesses and going into 2021, it's like, how many people's problems can I help them solve, instead of
Mhm.
how many people can I talk to and, have small talk with. I hate small talk. But if you bring me a problem, I'll talk with you all day. But if you want to small talk and stuff like that, it's just, I would hate doing that for 30 seconds. So that's what realizing your strength is about, is like that insight and that aha moment where it's like, okay, I can use this. And I think that's what you were touching on earlier, Ty, where you were talking about, with the speaking, if your confidence overcomes your weakness. I think that, when you when you do something that you're good at, which is be confident in whatever you do, then it doesn't appear that there's a weakness. Man, our camera's malfunctioning. But
Yeah.
we got about
So
3 minutes. So
I'm gonna tell you guys this real fast. And I think it's a curse because we're from the same family, but when I did the test, I scored the same way. I don't really like too many of anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But tell me why. Since 2008, I've been working in the hospital helping people. Tell me why. For the past 3 years, I've been training, doing the fire department stuff, putting on the gear, going to the calls. Hopefully, one day I get to run into a house that's on fire and pull somebody out. But I don't care about nobody. But if you give me a problem and something to focus on, and I got to solve the situation, I'm ready to do it all day long. I don't care about you. I don't care about how healthy you are. I don't care that your house is on fire. The problem is, how do I get inside the house and get somebody out safely? Or how do I give the right medication to somebody so that I make them feel better? There's a problem to solve. It's not because I love you and I care about you. There's a problem to solve. Let me solve it. Savagely understanding the concept of appreciating somebody else's life.
What does the third savage over there in the brown hoodie got to say? Because I know he is savage.
I agree with y'all.
Look at this, man.
I think as time went on, I stopped becoming a people person. I mean, I still want to help people, but man, it's a balance for real. Like some people want help, some people don't want help. And those people that want help, sometimes it takes 3, 4, 5 times to get them to where they need to be. So for me, it's just about fitting in where I need to be at certain times. I think timing is everything. So if I'm meant to be in that spot and I'm meant to help that person, cool. If I'm not, cool. You know, that's just what it is, bro. Like I'm an extrovert and introvert at the same time. Like I'm the type of person, like yesterday or on Christmas Day, actually, went to Dunkin' Donuts, saw a lady sitting on the bench, got her hot chocolate because it was freezing here. And like, I'll do that. But then I might not want to talk to somebody about their problems because I'm thinking like, you know, you're just playing with yourself because you're stuck. Like it's your mindset compared to the lady on the street. You know, I'm like here. So you kind of just pick and choose, man.
No, that's real. Well, we about out of time. Make sure you click that subscribe button, like, comment. Let us know what you think. From the Bottom Podcast. Thank you for watching again.
From the bottom. You heard?
I'll just do a smile. I don't have
a gang sign.
Yeah.
My name's Robert.
Hey, chill out, boy.
All right.